Back inside Artesian Football, joined now by senior Jeremy Millis. And Jeremy, let's talk a little bit about how the season's gone thus far for you guys. Obviously, it's tough 0-3, but Coach has talked about it, that the defensive line has played pretty well thus far. It's been very solid. Can you talk about how you feel the team's played, defensive line, and how you guys have done thus far this season?
Yeah, I feel like we've really accomplished a lot. Back in during two-a-days and early in the summer, Coach would get on us a lot on the D-line, saying that we weren't very good and we needed to pick it up a lot. And now he's saying that we're one of the best parts of the team. So I think we've come a long way throughout the season so far. And I think we still have more we can get, but I think we're doing pretty well as we sit right now.
Let's talk a little bit about some of that. You talked about the 2 days, but even before that, what are some of the things that you guys tried to do and some of the work that maybe you put in and some of the other kids did in the off season to try to get ready for this season?
Well, way back during winter, we'd come in early, like real early in the morning, and we'd do speed school, stuff like that. And we just put in a lot of work during that time. We'd run, we'd do everything. It just but mostly we'd run a lot, so,
Trying to get faster.
Trying to get faster.
Trying to get in better condition.
A lot faster, better condition. It's still hard during the games. Even, if you get in there on a long drive, and you get tired quick. So you wouldn't be very good without that training in the off season.
Let's talk a little bit about the defensive line and some of your teammates that are on the defensive line with you. Can you talk about how they've played and how you guys have come together as a unit thus far?
Yeah, well, I'd have to say that the D-line I'm the closest to the D-line out of all the people. I talk to them the most, and they usually, they've got my back pretty good. So, Zach Woods, he's a senior. He's one of my best friends out there, and he's pretty good. He's real quick. He's real coachable, and we both get along pretty good. And then we've got Garrett John. He's a junior. He's pretty good. He's coming along now. His biggest part is he doesn't like to use his hands, but he's getting a lot better at that. And I've been trying to help coach him up. And then Jared Pond, he's pretty good. He plays everywhere. One game he's at tackle, and then the other game he's at defensive end. So he's coming along pretty good. I think we'll do well this year. Keep doing well.
You had Joe Moriarty on there. He's kind of been moved back now to linebacker as well.
Yeah, he's back at linebacker now. He was pretty good. He doesn't have very much size, but he's pretty good for what he is. He got there for during the I think it was the Bloomington South game. He got quite a bit of tackles, and he was just in there on every play and hitting them, and it was pretty impressive how his size he can do that. So
now he's going to be called on back in the backfield in a linebacker, take a tough injury, and really probably replace the leader of the defense and has been for a couple of years in Bo Shields. How as a team are you guys going to try to rally and try to do that without Bo back there?
Well, losing Bo, it's real hard to deal with because he has been there, and if he's been a good leader, you look up to Bo, and if we can't do it, he's always the one that could do it. But I think now that this has happened, I think that Joe, as the person he is, I think he can do the same thing, And I think, I'm going to try a lot harder to get everybody, cheered up and everything and get them going, But I think it's just another step. You're going to have difficulties down the road, so I think we just need to stay in there and, keep our heads up and don't let it get to us too much.
You will see coming up on Friday night against the Decatur Central Ball Club. Can you talk a little bit about, I know you guys watch film at various times throughout the week. Can you talk a little bit about Decatur Central or what you guys think you're going to have to do to be successful on Friday?
Well, they have some good athletes. We've watched a little bit of film here in this past week, and we've been really working on the run hard, the D-line has, and then the corners have been really working on the pass. So I think we'll do pretty good against them. It's going to be tough, I think. So, but I think after this week of practice, we've gotten some good practice in, and we'll do pretty well.
Got Decatur Central coming up on Friday night. Jeremy, appreciate you taking time to come in and join us. Good luck there on Friday.
Thank you.
Jeremy Millis, senior defensive lineman here for the Artesians. We'll take a break, bring back in the head coach, Fred Kutruff, and he'll give us his preview of the Decatur Central Hawks. We'll do that when Inside Artesian Football continues.
Discover Artesian Outdoors, the Bass Pro Shop on State Road 37 next to 84 Lumber. Inside you'll find a shop crammed full with all your hunting and fishing needs. Artesian Outdoors, the Bass Pro Shop, carries a full line of archery and hunting supplies of all types. And they have a giant selection of tackle, live bait, and fishing gear. And catalog ordering is also available every Monday. For all your hunting and fishing needs, stop by Artesian Outdoors, the Bass Pro Shop on State Road 37 next to 84 Lumber behind O'Neill Mulch.
Shop at Keller's Office Supply at 159 North Main Street in Martinsville for all your school and office supply needs. When you come to Keller's, you'll find superstore prices with a hometown service. Keller's has a wide variety of supplies from paper clips to office furniture. They also have a large selection of printer cartridges to choose from. Keller's offers same-day delivery for all your office and janitorial needs. And if they don't have your supplies in stock, they can deliver it to you the next day. Keller's is a proud sponsor of the Martinsville community.
Come to Keller's. We'll treat you like family.
$5 foot long. $5 foot long. $5 foot long.
Come into Martinsville Subway and enjoy a $5 foot long today.
At Subway.
One. Back inside Artesian Football now with the head coach, Fred Kutruff. We had Jeremy Millis in here, and like you said, that front four's been playing very well thus far.
Yeah, that's been, with Bo back there, that's always been solid for us. Brian Hill's been doing a good job. But the really thing that's kind of made it has been our front four. And probably our leader, two leaders on there, Jeremy Millis, who's just done, he's become coachable, coaches our young guys up. It's really nice to watch our older guys work with our younger guys. Zach Wood's been doing a great job. Of course, we talked about Joe Moriarty. And then we're throwing another guy in the mix with Garrick John, a junior. That guys just enjoy playing, and I know Coach McKinney really enjoys coaching those kids.
Had a look there at the defense, the front line playing well, and they're going to be called on to play well coming up on Friday night at Decatur Central against the Hawks. Let's talk a little bit about Decatur Central and what we can expect out of Coach West's ball club.
Well, they're kind of a young football team. They lost a lot. They've got a young quarterback. He's a sophomore. He likes to. He's mobile. He's not like Ledford, but he's going to be a good one. He throws the ball probably better than the Ledford kid did, and he's got a couple nice targets to throw to. They also have a nice running back in Sean Gary. It seems like he's been around forever, but he's a really good running back. We're going to have to contain him. But I think they're going to want to. If you've watched us play the last few weeks, you probably want to take to the air and try to see if you can air it out on us. So we're going to have to try to get some pressure on him. And but the other thing is we got to see some guys step up and secure the run. Without Bo Shields in there, Brian Hill, Joe Moriarty, whoever we put in there, we've got to make sure we take care of the run. And then our DBs, I think, will make some plays.
Let's talk about them offensively, scheme-wise, formations. What are we going to see out of them on Friday night?
Well, they've always been kind of an option team, a little bit what you saw, but they're really not running that. I don't think they're reading it, but I think you're going to see them go a lot of slot formation, shotgun with two backs. They like to roll their quarterback out a little bit, and they like to chuck it. They got some nice receivers to throw to, and then you're going to see them get up there, split backs, and they like to run power football. And like I said, with Sean, they're going to lead with leads up in there. So I think they're going to try to pick and see what they can do. But I would say if you're playing us, is you're going to try to run it. If you can't run it, I'm going to go the air pretty quick.
Looking at the contest on them on the defensive side of things, what do you expect to see out of them defensively on Friday night?
Well, we've kind of got a different. They've kind of been switching. They've been a 4-4-4-2 team, and they've been switching to a 3-4. They ran a 3-4 against. They ran really two different game plans. The 10 games we've seen. Whiteland, which is a pure basically run team, they ran a 4-4. And then with playing Perry Meridian, who's a spread team, they were a 3-4. We've prepared for both, but they did quite a bit of 3-4 against us last year. So I think they're going to try to bring the stunts. I know they know we have a young line, and they're going to try to confuse them and try to get in and not let Hayden beat you. So again, we got to establish the run, do what we do, not panic, and kind of it would key us for not to get in long down in distance, because if we're getting long down in distance, they're going to bring the house, and sometimes that stuff's tough to pick up.
If we were in the NFL, we'd have to file an injury report, and it would take Rosemarie a lot of time to be able to fill out that injury report coming on. Can you talk a little bit about who are some of the kids, some of the new faces that we're going to see in there on Friday night?
Well, we lost Matt Haggard. A lot of people, I don't want people to say, well, it's because of the turf. You know, we had injuries last year, and some of these are just freak accidents. We had 2 offensive linemen out last week, David LaPasa and John Rapolo, and those were done just, one was an ankle turn on a foot, one was he jammed his thumb. But so hopefully we'll get those 2 back. But we lost Matt Haggard, so we're going to see Jared Knox, a sophomore, in there, which is, I said he's a good football player. I mean, he's been a great JV guy. Let's hope he's a great varsity guy.
Right.
So you'll see him. James Callan, I believe, has a pull growing, possible tear. So we're going to see a couple guys out there. You see Noah Davis, who's a tremendous athlete. He's going to be out there. We're going to put Dallas Fuller out there. You already seen what you got. These guys are great little athletes. And I said we didn't want to quite use them yet, but we have to play our hand. And then we'll use Robert Summers, our big senior, will get in there, and Robert does a good job for what we want. So you'll see that. Of course, we talked about we're going to move Joe Moriarty to the linebacker and move Jared Pond. We call him APP, All-Purpose Pond. He was tackle last week. Just a great kid. He's willing to whatever. He just loves to play football. That's why I always encourage the junior high kids to stick with it. Here's a kid that didn't play much. I remember talking to his dad, said, I didn't know if he wanted to play football. He didn't play a lot in junior high, and he stuck with it, and you see him everywhere. So, but those are a few of the injuries we got, and we're not going to make excuses. I said we've been in this spot a few years ago, and we thought, well, we're just trying to survive. We got some good kids. We can still win football games, and that's going to be our goal, is to win the conference, 1 game at a time, get better, and I think you'll see these kids play.
You've got Decatur Central to try to win that game, pick up the victory on Friday night. What are the keys that you guys are going to have to do offensively and defensively if you want to come away with a win?
I think we got to score. I mean, our offense got off to a good start, and I know we had, but we still, we're still only getting a couple touchdowns a game. We've got to score when we get it and have confidence when we get down in there and execute. I think they got a big one. Can't turn the ball over. You hear that all the time, but and we haven't now. The last 5 quarters have gotten where we need to be. We haven't started. We now securing the football. I think we got to build. I think we're a run first team. We've got a great quarterback. Now we get them thinking run. I think we can play action and do the things that we need to do. On the defensive side, we got to see how we play without Bo Shields. I think Brian Hill. I think our guys will step up. And I know they all love Bo and what he's meant to this team, but for him, you step up and you make tackles. And then I think our DBs, we've gotten a lot better than when we were. We've worked hard on it. And, the problem is also we threw a lot of new faces out there this year. And those guys are getting experience every game, and we're just going to keep chugging along, and we're going to get better.
All right, let's look at the Artesian football team as they get ready to battle the Decatur Central Hawks on Friday night. As always, I'd like to thank the coach for coming in. For the head coach, along with Carl Van Deventer, who produced it, I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Artesian Football.